Ladies and gentlemen, call this meeting to order, and if we would stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's bow our heads, please. Our Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for this day that you've given us, Lord. We thank you for your reverence. Lord, we thank you for your patience with us. Lord, we ask that you'll be with this meeting tonight. You'll watch over everybody who's here as they travel home. Lord, we ask that you'll give this council the guidance and the wisdom to make the decisions that are not only in the best interest of the community, but also in your eyes. Lord, we ask all this in your name and pray. Amen.
Amen. And before we get started, I'd like to thank Terry for filling in for me last meeting. I had to attend a Common Plateau meeting, and thank Terry for being the mayor for 2 hours.
You crushed it. It was like 45 minutes to sit there. And no pressure. No pressure at all.
Okay. Also, I'd like to recognize, and they're not here, but the high school academic team. They finished 12th in the nation in their classification, and hopefully we can have them before council next meeting. So we want to congratulate them for being successful for the town of Tazewell and for the high school. And also I want to recognize that Robin's son actually opened for business today, and I understand that it was a packed house up there. So still there. So cutting a lot of hair. So we will. In fact, his grand opening is the 18th at 9 o'clock, I think. So that way we move on to the special presentations. We have a budget request from Kitty Barker, part of Appalachia.
Hello, Mayor and Council. It's great to see you all again. I see you in different locations during other meetings, but it's nice to have a chance to speak with you. I am Kitty Barker, Executive Director of the Heart of Appalachia Tourism Authority. Traveling with me is my newest employee, Megan Brown. I think you know her. And she has joined our staff for entrepreneur and business development and to help small businesses learn how to market. So she already has excellent credentials for that. So I just wanted to remind you that we are a tourism authority designated by the General Assembly in 1993. Our mission is to increase visitors across the threshold, heads and beds, people and seats, which means I don't attend a lot of board meetings because they're a waste of my time. They don't put beds in heads. So I'm very selective when I'm out and about because I'm busy running a marketing campaign. Our second thing is building capacity of our tourism leadership. You have an excellent county tourism director here that knows what he's doing, but you're the only county that I have in the 8 localities that has that. The rest of the tourism directors are fumbling, don't know what to do. So we're creating a destination planning program to help each of the localities improve their tourism programs and marketing and spending their money wisely. We are launching that in June, and we will take each county at a time and bring in professionals that will help us look at the assets and decide what's the best way to market that. Secondly, creating sustainable funding and a plan in the localities and regionally. As you know, the coal fields are distressed, and every time we try to do anything, we have no money. So I'm always trying to work everything on a shoestring. So this is what we did this past year. I'm just going to give you an update of everything we've done so you can see. You'll see a lot of Tazewell County in here.
Where's Megan from the truck?
No, that's me. That's Caitlin Baker.
flowers to smell. Took a ride along the Pocahontas Trail near my Southern Virginia home, where talk is slow and the mountains are tall. The cold Clinch River runs through it all, where there's dandelion fields and clear waterfalls. That's where I belong. Southwestern Virginia, where the air is full of bluegrass mountain songs. Southwestern Virginia, let the heart of Appalachia call you home. You can smell country cooking in the air, from Carterville to Market Square. Peaceful winding roads will get you there, like a town that's long gone. People around here are slow to change, with Jesus in their hearts and coal in their veins. From high down you hear that distant train calling you home. Southwestern Virginia, where the air is full of bluegrass mountain songs. Southwestern Virginia, let the heart of Appalachia call you home. Southwestern Virginia, where the air is full of bluegrass mountain songs. Southwestern Virginia, let the heart of Appalachia, let the heart of Appalachia, let the heart of Appalachia call you home.
Do you like it?
She did a good job. We applaud. She was here. She didn't give us an applause.
She got the back of the background there.
So, yeah, she's donated that to us, and she wrote the song, and we're using it now as our theme song on radios, and we're getting ready to do a TV commercial with that in the background. So that's our theme now, and it's all over the website. We're going viral with it, and it shows us, and it shows how pretty we are to people. A lot of people here in Southwest Virginia and coalfields, and they get this image in their mind. We wanted to show them what we really look like. So we want to thank Tazewell, Town of Tazewell and Tazewell County. And Megan, that field of flowers, we had planned to film there. VDOT decided to mow that morning.
Over my dead body.
She saw the mower out there and stood in front of it and wouldn't leave. Called Todd, and they helped get that resolved, and we had flowers. But you know, the best made plans. So, okay, so this past year, and I have in your packet there, if you'll look in there, is the PowerPoint that we're going over. But also, on the right-hand side is a list of all the marketing we're doing in 2017. So we're ending up 2016 and have several grants that we're working out of. So this year, you can see from that list, it's a very aggressive list of marketing activities that we're doing. TV commercials, radio commercials. You have a copy in there of our new visitor guide. Town of Tazewell did come on as a Pinnacle investor last year, so you have a ad and also listings on our Facebook, an ad on our Facebook. You're on page 23, right-hand bottom corner. And we want to thank Robin for helping us pull all that together. We're also in the middle of doing a new Appalachian Backroads Motorcycle Guide. You will get a listing on that also. Facebook posts, blogs, Instagrams, trip ideas, everything that we do throughout the year, you pay for in one payment, so I don't have to come back and beg you for every little ad we're getting ready to do. So motorcycle marketing, you've already discovered that the motorcycles are coming in, they have money, they spend the night, they eat, they spend more money. We like it because they spend money, and they have a lot invested in their machines, and they'll come and spend 2 or 3 nights. We love them. Don't have to build anything for them. The roads are there. So we're very happy to show you our newest motorcycle ad that's now running on Velocity channel. Velocity is a gearhead channel. Any man that loves motors watches Velocity. We're reaching 66 million households with this commercial, and it's actually showing twice on Saturdays and Sundays on Sam's Garage and Low Car. So we're really pleased with how this one's working.
Get your motor running on the Appalachian Backroads in Virginia's rugged mountains. Rev it up on mountains of crooked riding up to elevations of 4,300 feet. Experience the high peaks and deep valleys of the Ridge Runner, Gargoyle, Scorpion, Back of the Dragon, Corkscrew, and Dueling Banjos. Spend the weekend and ride a different route every morning. Over 1,500 miles of back roads, curvy mountain climbs, and family-friendly towns. Learn more at AppalachianBackroads.com.
So Back of the Dragon has been extremely popular and well known. Every time I go to Ohio or DC, they know about it. But they're starting to realize that's just the gateway into our other routes. And we have created 2 more routes for Tazewell County, and starting in Tazewell. The town of Tazewell is our hub, and we spoke them out. We want them to come here and spend money. So that's become one of our biggest successes. Secondly is the ATVs. Spearhead Trails loves to build trails, but they don't have time to market. So this year we created a partnership, and I am marketing for them. Heart of Appalachia does all their website creation of flyers, brochures, trade shows, all the marketing. So as you can see, we have a very aggressive trade show list there. This year we created a database of 660 dealerships east of the Mississippi. So I had interns come in and just call dealerships in every state. And can we add you to our list? What's your email address? So now we're able to communicate with all those dealerships. This year they opened up their 5th Payside Trail. So now we're ready to create a better brochure, and we're doing more internet marketing, digital marketing, and we're getting ready to start a search engine marketing campaign. So we also did a commercial for them, and they're running
Get
on
your motor
Velocity.
revved up on the spearhead trails of Virginia's rugged Appalachian Mountains. Dare to tame 4 new off-road trails with plenty of curves, climbs, cascades, and spectacular scenic overlooks. Choose from the 4 unique trails, 260 miles of riding at 4 different trails: Coal Canyon, Mountain View, Original Pocahontas, and Stone Mountain, each located in ATV-friendly towns. Plan your family trip or club rides. Learn more at SpearheadTrails.com.
So again, we're reaching 66 million households. Our goal is to sell more permits and get more heads in beds, of course. This year, because of Spearhead Trail finishing those ATV trails, now they're focusing on equestrian trails and mountain biking trails. In Big Stone Gap, they have a big mountain, and they're just going to make it one big mountain biking mountain. And so Spearhead Trails is helping with that. So as part of their mission is to build these trails. Part of my mission is to start marketing them. So we will start doing a mountain biking map for the region, equestrian trails. We've been asked to do kayaking. Right now, we do not have a regional map that shows kayakers where to go. And so these regional maps are what we've got to build on. We already have a fishing guide, and then we're still supporting as much as possible our campgrounds, cabins, and cottages. They're small, they don't have a big budget, and they need our assistance. So any small tourism business comes under our umbrella. We help them out. Last year, the town of Tazewell, your marketing, the social media, the visitor guide, the motorcycle map, the motorcycle cable commercials, part of Appalachia website, all the ads, all your events are on there. We also place them on our social media. You will be part of the destination program at some part, and Tazewell is very active with me on getting grants. We cannot survive without grant money. So we do get money from the localities, and by that we offer you the pinnacle level at $2,500, which you came in as last year, and you get all of those activities. So I don't come back to you 3 or 4 times a year. Just pay once and all your ads. Everything's taken care of. It's easier on us and it's easier on you. You're definitely a tourism town. I ate at 7, and it was packed on a Tuesday night. And not just people at the bar, families eating. So that's pretty good on Tuesday night. So y'all really, you're making it happen. We have a lower level called the mountaintop level, and that's more for chambers of commerce or bigger attractions or hotel franchise chains, food chains. And then for smaller business, like your small communities, privately owned small businesses, attractions, festivals, and events, they don't have a lot of money, but we still want to market them, so we created that $500 Sweetheart level. And then for farmers markets, jam sessions, small events, small cabins, cottages, and campgrounds, bed and breakfast, or museums, we did the 250 level just because, again, need those little jam sessions. So our destination marketing, planning, and training does involve your tourism industry and your stakeholders and leaders. So once it's going to be a 3-year process. So once you finish one part of the plan, phase 1, then we'll do another phase 2. You have a year to finish that part of the plan, and then by phase 3, you'll really have your feet under you, and you'll have sustainable funding, and everybody's working out the same sandbox. Where does our funding come from? We do not get any funds from the Commonwealth of Virginia. A lot of people think because we're a state authority that we get funding. We do not. They cut that out a long time ago. So right now I write a lot of grants. Got Virginia Tourism Marketing Grant. The Tobacco Commission grant is helping us for 3 years. We do get money from the Department of Mines and Minerals from penalties of the coal companies. But when the coal companies are closed, they're not getting penalties. So we're not getting a whole lot of money out of that anymore. Last year in our investment program, we did raise $51,000 to help sustain us. So that's where all our funding's coming from. So we would like to invite you to join the other 26 communities and businesses that are partners now. You were a partner last year, and we would love to have you continue with us. It's exciting, we're growing fast, and we're doing a lot of marketing that's putting heads in beds. We also partnered with the Hatfield and McCoys on an ARC Power Grant. Do y'all know what that was, the Power Grant? You had to have 3 states involved. So West Virginia wrote the grant, but added Buchanan County and Tazewell County to receive marketing money. So you're the only ones in this region that are getting this money. Well, you're not getting the money, you're getting the marketing. So the Power Grant was awarded, it was $800 to $1 million, and for 2 years, $50,000 will come to promote spearhead trails and motorcycles. So we have to go through Hatfield and McCoy for the whole thing. ARC is very convoluted. So we're going to get $25,000 the first year and $25,000 the second year. to help us promote Spirit Trails, then I'm taking that and leveraging it on 2 other grants. So I'm leveraging the leverage of the leverage. And yes, I'm in grant hell half the time. So, if you've never written a grant, or tried to administrate one,
Todd's got it the other way around. He's in Grand Heaven.
he's in great heaven. Yeah, once you get him, you're in heaven for just a few seconds, and then the reality hits you. So here's me. We're located in St. Paul, but we travel all over the region, and we'd love to continue working with you guys. You've been great, and we are marketing on jet fuel. When I started this job, I said, we're not going to piddle around with tiny little ads and little postcards. We're going to do TV, we're going to do internet, we're going to really burn it up, and that's what we've done this past year. And it's showing us. We're starting to see results, so join us. Any questions?
Okay, any questions?
How much is it?
I'll make a motion that
2.
we invest at the pinnacle level again.
What was that last year?
2,500, same.
I'll second that motion.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
I think you're doing a great job.
Yeah,
Keep
this
it
is
up.
awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for
If you
looking
got any
out for me.
Valium, send it my way.
Okay. Call for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
No, or against? Everybody? Okay, motion carried. Thank you, Ken.
So don't jerk it.
Should have got to me before project graduation. Bunch of you guys running into walls, or give it to a bunch of kids to keep them from running into walls.
Thank you, guys.
I'll send you a check this week.
Okay. All right, next on the agenda is the Indian Thomas farm table, and I don't think she's here. Okay, we move on to John and Susan. I don't know which one's doing this. Okay. That's it, ain't gonna be John, Business Directory. If you've noticed, our website, it's been added to this, it's pretty impressive, so.
While they're getting set up, Mayor, I'd like to add a little of what you're going to be showing you tonight.
Okay.
Several, a couple of months ago, I called John, and the idea of advertising businesses in town on the internet, I know it's been talked about for several years from various organizations. And a number of years ago, the camera you see over there, the high-def camera, actually belongs to the town of Tazewell. But I told John that I wanted the ability for all the businesses in town to have a 20 or 30-second clip, a minute clip that we can put on our website. And I know he's done 1 or 2, and I think he's going to go over those tonight. So we're finally getting that going. I don't know where was that recently? Not the county, but there's another entity that's also offering that. WDDA offers that right now at corporate cost. This would be a free ride for any business in town that wants to take part. Good deal, John. Susan, sorry.
Okay. So what you'll see here is the town's website, and we've tried to put the business directory front and center. You can get to it on the menu at the top, and you can also review an article we have in the business section there that gives you lots of information about the business directory. And then for visitors, they have the little Rolodex there at the side that they can use, and all of those will take them to the business directory, so it's really easy to find right up in the middle of the page there. And so the way that the business directory works is when they go into it, they can do a search. They can search by category, keywords. We have city, which right now it's just restricted to Tazewell and North Tazewell. And then they can enter in an address if they know that bit of information. So they can actually just search for what they want, or there's categories listed there below. They can click on each of the categories to see all of the businesses that have registered that fall into those. Then beneath that, here is a map that they can actually view all of the registered businesses on. And each category will have its own little icon there to kind of distinguish what you're looking at. If you're searching, it will it will limit the map to whatever your search results were. And if you click on any of the icons, you get a little pop-up there that gives you quick information about that business. You can see their address, if they have a Facebook page, phone number, website, and a little logo if they have one available. At the bottom of the page, you'll see your search results and a list as well beneath the map. It includes all the information that you can see on the little pop-up map as well. When you click on any of those in that list, it will take you to the detailed information for the business. So here you have the contact information again and their logo, and then they can provide a description. So they can give you a little bit more information about their business, anything that could help a visitor in their search. And it includes a map as well with that. And a neat little feature is at the bottom of the page, if they need directions to your business, they can actually type in theirs and it'll give them a little set of directions to get there using Google Maps engine. So businesses need to register for this in order to be included. So it's a really simple process. On any of the pages that you can access from the home site, there will be a button that they can click that lets them add their business to the directory. So it's just a matter of them entering in the information. We've got their name, email, information. They can put their description that appears. They can pick their own categories, or they can suggest new categories if we need those. We gather their Facebook information, website, email. And then they can add their logo information to it. If they already have a video, they can plug in the YouTube link for that as well.
And Susan, can you go back to that one slide back?
Sure.
Okay. You using Facebook and what else? Sorts like not necessarily Yahoo, but Lincoln or those things like that, where they advertise. There's a couple of them at the town of Marion you are using.
Mm-hmm.
So you might want to add those.
Yeah, and it has options. There were all kinds of different options. We just sort of picked the ones we thought would be the most popular, but it's really flexible. We can add any type of social media that they need to have listed there. And so they just put in their general information and generate it on the map. And once they have submitted that, it kicks off a little process. John and I will get a notification saying that a new business has requested to be listed. And so we just have to review it, make sure all the information is in there, and click approve. And once we click approve, it's live. It's instantly included on the list. So here's just sort of a sample of the type of communication that comes out of it when they click submit and we click approve. And once they have done their submission, it automatically generates a username and a password for them. So they just use that information to log back in at any time to change their information. Things change, your phone numbers can sometimes change, addresses change, as we well know here in town. And so it gives them an easy way to go back in there and correct anything that they need to. So we've got that, and then I have we put together a brief little tutorial that is out there on the website as well. So I was just it kind of goes along with the handouts that I had given you earlier. Just kind of gives a quick overview. We thought people would need an easy, quick way to know how to use it to get their business listed. So. And it's just townoftazewell.org/business will also take you right into the business directory.
This is very impressive.
Yes, very nice.
I'm looking at it on here as you're doing it. It's already live and active, a lot of this stuff.
Mm-hmm. We've had a few submissions come in, and And as Todd said, John is contacting each of the people that do the submission to set up a time to meet with them, to go, and if they don't already have video, to do their little video to include on here. It'll actually be listed on their page as an extra tab when they have the video.
30
You can
seconds
see
to a
it.
minute or what?
Yeah, I think
30, 45 seconds for shooting for you.
Yeah.
Susan, if somebody, they get a login and a password, you said, so they go back in and make change they need to. If they make that change, does it pop back to you all to be reviewed before it goes live?
It does. It
That's
does.
Wrong chiropractic.
Oh, God, I can see it, it's coming.
Just until I forgot about the video. I think you've done a great job. This is amazing.
Thank you.
I want to share, you finished it?
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
finished.
I want to share something that Todd told me about 2 or 3 weeks ago. He was on the phone with some potential business person from North Carolina, and he was very impressed with our website. And I don't know if Todd has shared that with you or not, but he said that was one of the better websites that for municipalities to give us up. So
I get it all the time. I'm telling the truth. All the time, people compliment the website. Even Chris Brown. Time to time.
thank y'all for.
I mean, it's like you haven't forgotten anything. It's all there.
Yeah.
And it's organized and it's easy to navigate and it's awesome. So kudos to you. I think you've done a great job.
You get the lights.
Yeah, I mean,
Todd, does VML give an award for websites?
you know, I don't know if they do or not.
If they do, we need to get in that category.
right. Submit it.
Yeah, I don't know if they do or not. I'll check.
Okay. I guess nobody signed up, did they, Chris?
I think everybody here has already talked.
Just
All right, we're going to move on to item 5. Before we go any further, we do have a well-bred, a change in the agenda, unfinished business. We will have the Lumos franchise, so until he gets back. Approval of the minutes, we'll do 2 different motions here. One for the work session for April the 5th, 6th, and 13th. I have a motion to approve those minutes.
I make a motion.
Do I have a second?
second.
Any additions or corrections? If none, call for a vote. All in favor say aye. Next thing on the agenda is the city council meeting for April 11th. Do I have a motion to approve those?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any additions or corrections?
I do have one correction.
Okay.
The adjournment was by Vice Mayor Mullins, not the mayor.
Nice try, Vice Mayor.
Yeah, we did. We actually did.
We already noted that correction.
Oh, you had?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next on the agenda is approval of financial statements as presented. Motion to approve those.
So moved.
I have a second.
Second.
Any additions or corrections or questions?
Question?
Don't mean you gotta like it, just.
I got a question on the police department.
Yes.
Am I reading this thing right, that they are $96,000 over their budget?
Let me get there, but unless there was a mistake somewhere,
Well,
the percentage at the bottom,
it's showing what I'm reading is the public safety, we had $20,000 budget and they've spent over, they're $37,000 over.
I can get you a printout and double check it, I don't know what it is. Councilman Brown and Catcher both had questions about some of the line items, but I can find out for you. See what
Yeah, the reason I'm asking is, in our meeting the other night, we talked about the police department had cut their budget by $100,000. If they're gonna do that, they're gonna cut it to $200,000.
Right now, the police department's at 93%, and
figures there can't be right.
So you got, in your health insurance, you got $48,000 plus.
Yeah. Yeah, you're one place, you're well in one place, but what I'm saying is, I don't see how we could have overspent $37,000 on public safety.
I'll
Well,
check.
there was also over $30,000 on equipment maintenance
Yeah,
too.
29.8.
Well, I'll double check on get the print offs.
Yeah, I think we need to look at that.
Probably one of them stayed taller than that. Reimbursed. Okay, any other corrections, questions? If not, call for a vote, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next on the agenda is the town manager's update.
I have no.
Okay. Planning commission.
Planning
Wait,
commission.
before you move on, do we have a proposed opening of the recycling center? Just anything?
A day?
It'll be functional next week, but it won't be finished. By the way, Tazewell County loaned us 2 roll-offs, so yeah, it'll be open and functional next week, but the walls will not be, the fence will not be completed. Have you seen it lately? Today?
A week or two ago, that.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Did you talk to the guy from Southwest Sanitation? Is it still called that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Arnie.
Arnie.
Yeah.
You might want to give everybody.
Did you talk to him?
Truck.
I pinned him down to take the plastics. He didn't want to take them, but
He told me he would take it.
he
If you deliver it.
Yeah.
And he said he'd take the newspaper if it was dry.
Yeah. Our box we got coming will be a dry newspaper.
Let me tell you what happened. As y'all are well aware of it, there was a complication between charges that we didn't see coming several months ago.
Yeah, from the people that were gonna pick it up.
Yes, Lusk. So,
Does the county have the thing that pulls back the big thing, the big roller? Do they have
we do now.
a truck?
Yeah.
You bought one?
We bought one from Lebanon. Town of Lebanon had, what much was it, Chris?
$12,000.
$12,000.
Buy a brand new one now, it'll be
Go
$90,000.
out there and look at it.
Does it look like our old garbage truck?
No.
No.
It's only
I
got
remember watching that thing go 5 miles an hour up the divides trying to keep it.
No, it's
Come on, baby, come on.
It's nice.
It's-
And the county gave us two recycling bins, so we're improvising to the best of our ability.
we're good.
Okay. We'll move on to the planning commission.
Planning commission met on May 1st. We discussed home occupation permits, some more boundary adjustments, and a request for a medical office. And then we adjourned.
Do you have a place for medical office? Do you have a place for medical office?
No, we discussed someone who wants to put a medical office. No.
We'll bring it to you next week, Chris.
I'm just curious.
And we'll bring it to you next month.
Okay. Next on, thank you, Janet. This train depot committee.
I did send an email to Mr. Rakes and to Todd asking for an update, and I'm going to let Todd expound on that. But Mr. Rakes just sent me an email back and said he's pushing hard from this end, I'll quote him, pushing hard from this end to get out this depot into Florida.
It's been, I'll add to it, Chris has got some updates to it. Civil rights has it, civil rights had it last month at this same position. And it just is what it is. It's just, those grants are just tough to deal with. And until we get a letter to proceed to add, it's just hung up. And I said last week, I felt pretty confident we'd already had it, but unfortunately we don't. So.
On the structural aspects of it, the lead paint abatement is done. The asbestos guys will be here at 9:30 in the morning, get started on that, and it shouldn't take 3 to 5 days at the most. That'll be done completely with the building. That's through J.L. Rudy's going to be monitoring it, and Tim Cummins is on the work, his crew is.
So when he goes down, we're gonna be ready to take off.
Yes. It's a lot more to it. I'd like to spend 30 minutes to talk to you about how the race got where it's at, but there's 3 alternate deductions in there that we've taken on. I don't know if council's aware of it. We have a certified plumber in-house. We've also got a certified HVAC in-house. We stole from the county some time back. We've also got a certified electrician in-house. So in order to keep the price below the MAP 21 grant, we have those as alternate ads. And if the price comes in too high, we'll just do them in-house. So we're doing everything we can do to keep it in mind with a 10-year-old takeoff. Richlands, Dr. Mullins just had theirs approved after literally 10 years. A couple of weeks ago. Literally after 10 years. A couple of weeks ago.
But we're not waiting 10 years.
No.
It's a lot of re-elections in this
I take my son. Couldn't move about feet. Okay. We move on to unfinished business. Brad, we have Lumos.
We got one thing to bring the council up to speed. You may recall when you did the franchise, basically award to Lumos, it had some conditions attached to it, which you requested that I forward back to Lumos concerning some bond conditions that they wanted to have amended, the actual term of the lease to a 5-year term, as well as to set the actual price, not so much price, but the cost factor, which is what they had to pay for both attorney's fees and the advertisements. Gentleman by the name of, Mr. Steve Handel, who was basically the executive director there from Lumos, wrote back to me last week and said that they had approved all the conditions that the town had set, and they were asking that for council then to go ahead and basically finalize the grant award to them. So if we could have, I guess, a vote tonight to reflect that, I think it would be good for me to go ahead and be able to do that.
Do I have a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Any other discussion?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear what we were talking about.
Lumos.
Lumos, the telecommunications franchise, right, Jack?
See what?
The telecommunications franchise
Oh, okay.
grant. Lumos basically was the only bid submission.
Okay, well, I heard the rest of it, I just didn't hear a name.
It was on Lumos for that. And we had to go 4 or 5 stipulations that you, as a council, had to go back to them with, to make sure everyone's on the same page before finalizing the grant award. And they came back to me with a letter to say that they agreed to all those conditions. And we're asking them for the council to finalize the actual award.
This is not limited just to the Lumos.
It's non-exclusively. It's a non-exclusive telecommunications franchise. So somebody else, they were the only ones that responded to our ad. So if somebody else came in and said, I would like to, our company would like to see if we could get a franchise as well, they could. Lumos does not hold the exclusivity of that.
Okay. Any other questions? Hearing none, call for a vote. All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried. Next on the agenda is new business. Councilman Brown with a request from the William King Museum.
Did you speak with them today?
I tried, Rob and I both tried to get in touch with them. We have not been successful. And I didn't mean, until I talked to you, I didn't know where we were at with that, but I'll take that if you like.
Well, I'll just tell you what it is. William King Museum, they come to the Tazewell County schools, all county schools, elementary schools, and they do a art program 3 or 4 days during the year. For this year, it was 3rd graders. And the art, I met this gentleman like the day after my 3rd-year-old daughter brought home an art project. It was really quite impressive. Not that she did, but they helped her do. And the art project that they do goes along with Virginia cultural history and is in tie with the SOL the child has that year. So it's creative. It was really quite impressive. I went to the museum. You guys know that I'm running back and forth to Abington. I met them, and they want to do a camp for kids. And I think it's a great opportunity. Their staff, I don't know if you've been in the museum in Abington, but it's really well run. My caveat to this is I feel like they should have had this information to the schools by now, and certainly by the end of the week. So if we're going to vote to give them $600, I feel like it should have some type of a stipulation that they've got to have this material to the schools. Otherwise, how are they ever going to find these kids to get them there?
Right.
So the only way they're going to market to these, I mean, I feel like the schools will welcome them because the teachers have already, or the principals have already worked with them and will help send that material home. But I think it's a great opportunity. The YMCA is all for it. We met with Sean and we also met with Todd, and they'll have it there. So, and then they're going to have for the west end of the county, they'll be dealing with it separately, and they'll be going to the YMCA at the college. So it's a great countywide event, and we're looking to support the part that would be coming from this town. So that's what that's about. $600, 25 kids.
How many of these kids are from town?
It's through the school. No one's signed up yet, so it's
That's what I'm saying.
So it's an opportunity to serve this. I get what you're saying. It's an opportunity to serve this community. I can't tell you. I don't know if it'll be all of them, 10 of them, half of them. I don't know. So that's a consideration. I did tell them that Brown Chiropractic would match the town for scholarships for children beyond 25 who wanted to go, but couldn't afford it. So if that's a consideration at all. I just think it's a great opportunity for kids. It's how many kids in and around our community can't go to camp and can't do things like this, and it's a 5-day, 4-hour per day, so it's week long, like 8 to 12 or 8 to 1 or something. And pretty neat thing that the Y is going to do, and they'll have some recreation in with it, and it looks like it could be a great thing for the community. But again, that's a consideration. I don't know how many kids are.
Well, I would assume if they hand the flyers out in our schools, all the kids that go to our schools.
Yeah, it'll be for Tazewell and North Tazewell specifically. Right. So they could be coming from Bishop. They could be coming. But I'll tell you what, I'll spend $25 for each one of those kids from Bishop.
I've got an email out this evening. It was late. I was hoping they had a smartphone with them, maybe could respond and ask some of those questions that I knew that you would want to know. And if you'd like, I can follow up with council this week and via email, let you know what the response is, and just do a phone ballot if you'd like to proceed in that direction. I'm interested to see if they've got the information, like Dr. Brown said, in the school system, and how many people from town will participate. So I'll get that information to you.
That's what I like to see is the kids in their hometown. That's a great idea what you brought up. But, I like to see our children in our hometown have this opportunity to be involved. If it does, I'm all for it.
I move that we approve the donation request from William King Museum.
Contingent
upon the discussion.
I'll second that.
Okay. Now, second. You might want to say what's the discussion was about.
Basically, they're going to get that information to the schools. I would say today's Tuesday, Friday.
Yeah.
Have to. I mean, it'd be
It
relevant.
gives them 2 weeks to get.
Right.
And I'll follow up via email, but I think your motion, Terry, correct me if I'm wrong, is based on positive email response.
I'm for the kids in town.
I'll get it out to you.
Yeah, but I'm for the kids.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Call for a vote, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. All right, anything else we brought forward to council before we ask for executive session?
I'll make a motion that we go into executive session.
Do I have a second?
A second.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. We'll move on to, certification.